Okay, so lots been going on. I haven't really taken the time to say anything about the craziness. I've just been soaking it up, I guess. The main thing that's kind of concerning to me is, you know, well, aside from the fact that, Buddy got assassinated in broad daylight, but, um, you know, the dangers here are in the reaction. I mean, obviously that's a danger. People get killed all the time. I mean, the government just blew some people up in the water, just several days prior or whatever it was, a week prior. So it's not necessarily the use of force, right? It's why and when the use of force is going, because obviously, they all think, oh, those guys were bad criminals and they've hurt people. So, obviously they view that as being justified. So this, being not justified as it's just speech and so on. So, right, I'm not condoning any of that violence. But what I'm definitely not condoning either are the reactions because everybody is just falling right here. So, basically, what made me want to make this video is this person, as far as I can tell, is a shill. Doesn't understand really the philosophy. Kind of does. A lot of followers, makes sense, I guess. I'm sure that they feel they've done a lot, and maybe they have. I pop in here and there. I really don't follow too many people, like, at all. I just kind of follow the news, and then I go look for ridiculous nonsense that people say and put my 2 cents in. But so that's what I decided to do at this point because well, let me go to Matt Walsh. Let's go to Matt Walsh and see how his brain works real quick, because these guys think that they're so much different, and everybody's getting pissed. Oh, you called us Nazis for all this time, and so now we're going to think and act like Nazis is basically what they're saying, and some of them are even openly saying that because I'll try to find it. I'm sure I'll come across it with a meme where it's um, Charlie was the moderate position, and then there's like a picture of an SS goon or, some kind of Nazi iconography, and it's like, okay, well, so you are like falling right into the trap, or that was just kind of always hidden under there, and they were actually right in calling you that, and it's like to me, now, and this is what's getting crazy is that there's two things here. I wanted to go, I guess, back to Matt Walsh because I've noticed they just the left, right? Where am I even at? They use that same exact language. Well, who the hell's the left, right? Who is the left? And the Democrats are a terrorist organization. Well, I mean, are you gonna get a little bit more specific? Like, who are you talking about? Just the Democratic Party, just some of the politicians in the Democratic Party, every single person's Democrat. What's crazy is I never like follow Nick Fuentes or anything, but I'm like, all right, dude, I guess I like listen to what these people are saying because now they're saying that Nick Fuentes people killed him, and I don't know anything about any of this stuff. So I'm watching him, and he's like, he even different. I mean, he talks. He ends up talking that way, where like the leftism, anarchism. He says communists and anarchists, and it's like, yo, not all communists are anarchists, die. And there's a considerable debate on whether communists are even can be considered anarchists, which of course they say, ANCAPs ain't anarchists, but it's like, yo, dude, it's just anarchists, bro. We ain't left or right, and logically consistent anarchists believe in property. We believe in free speech, so to left lump us in. Everybody's lumping everybody together into like nonsense categories, dude. And what's crazy though is like I say, in his video, he's like, not all leftists, not all that, but the people who are celebrating this are evil. Whereas we've got like these guys, like Matt Walsh is just like the left are demons. Like, what the fuck does that even mean, dude? Who the fuck are the left and shit? Let's see. There's gotta be some here, dude. I should have been screen capping this, and I might go through it, and I'm sure I do, but I was just browsing through in the Libertarian Redhead post where if you saw real quick, it was like both sides are not the same, and it's like, oh man, now, I mean, dude, you have just like pretty much disavowed the entire libertarian movement is the point of that one in my view, because you have now been wrapped up in this tragedy, and but you have allowed kind of like it seems like they're allowing this wool to be over their eyes, or they're just willingly embracing this type of thought on purpose, which is just, you know, what am I supposed? What are we supposed to look at this and think? So, like, I mean, left wing violence is the greatest terror threat that Americans face, and it isn't even close. I mean, that is, I mean, what does that even mean, right? Left wing violence. So now, I mean, you couple all this together. Democrats are a terrorist organization. Um, which I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily disagree with that, right? If depending on how specific we get, but the part that these guys miss is that the state is a terrorist organization, okay? And you guys advocate violence just the same. Everybody believes in government advocates violence. That's what we have been saying for decades now, trying to explain to all you guys. And then now we got Libertarian Redhead talking about both sides aren't the same. It's like, well, they're not identical, but don't get swept up to the point where the thing is that she never fucking realized it is what it is. So they're getting swept up. Anybody who was even kind of like on the cusp or starting to understand it or whatever, I just probably just been swept up into this mania. And it's like, I mean, can you blame people for getting all crazy and pissed off? No, not exactly, but wow, it's just it's mind blowing to see this unfolding. Like, let me keep digging through here, because I mean, I've seen some more ridiculous nonsense than that, for sure. Yes, how dare I demonize people who very explicitly and specifically want me dead? I mean, with a specific example, okay. If you were saying, I'm only demonizing this person, or like, look at this video, but like the rhetoric they use, let's see, I've noticed that the conservatives telling us to unite, blah, blah, blah. It's like anybody who believes in left and right ends up just doing this. They're lumping everybody together into this grouping. So it's like, now if we oppose Trump, like, dude, I've been calling you guys fascists for 10 years and national socialists, and I got to try to find the one where that basically what he says, if calling them fascists is a leftist tactic, it's a leftist. So now we've been like making these comparisons for 10 years, and now I'm left apparently to these clowns. Dude, I believe in free market capitalism more than they do. These guys now believe in state equity and state ownership, and the government taking ownership stake in companies and trade controls. They've never read Adam Smith. They've never read any free market capitalist. These guys take, Magacrats take the collectivist position, man, in a so-called defense against the collectivists. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, we've really got, I'm amazed that to watch this unfold, to see these people who claim they believe in market capitalism just not even bat an eye about this state equity stuff for the most part. In fact, they cheer it on because somehow they have come to believe that this is some kind of move against the Marxists, when it's like, there was the Fabian theory, the Fabian Society. I mean, if that is a legit conspiracy, this is it, bro. Like, you got the Republicans cheering on the government taking stake in companies, because the foreigners are going to come by it. And that's the thing, man, is nationalists and national socialists, they hate liberal capitalism because it destroys the concept of the nation state. Because if free trade is allowed and any so-called foreigner can buy and sell property, they view it as the nation, so-called, is losing its resources. And that's their same exact argument. The money's flowing out. Never mind the exchange rate, never mind what are they going to do with these dollars and how it all flows back to the bank, and how this trade works. And the whole, I get dollars, I can buy American goods because the dollars are worth more, right? That's like the whole point. But also the tariffs, of course, foreign goods dump in all this other things, But they hate the liberals because they believe that they're Marxists and they want the government in everybody's lives and in everybody's bedroom and sexual orientation and everything like this. Which I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that think that way, but it's just, what I'm saying is that, like, it should just say the left. That's meaningless. That's meaningless to even think in those terms, right? And that's why it's getting wild out there. And I'm not saying that these dudes are wrong by saying that's how the Democrats think, and look at what the Democrats do. And it's really easy. I mean, it's really easy to say, who's doing all the violence, but they don't notice that the state itself is violence. So your own politicians are also doing the violence, man. And I'm not talking about, well, I mean, yeah, even to the own citizenry. I mean, are all the laws on the books okay now? Like there's no laws that we need to repeal. All the violence that the government is doing when Donald Trump is in office is justified because I got all these pictures here and you can go right to the Twitter's page, to the White House Twitter page, and find the government gloating about arresting people for nothing other than carrying a pistol without a license. And this is coming from this guy who claims he's Second Amendment friendly, and all these people who claim government shouldn't be meddling with the guns, but yet they still believe we need government permission to carry a gun, to carry a pistol. So they have been misled. And now I'm ranting about all this, and I'm not showing too much text. So let me see if I can like try to find some of this. Maybe if I think I should search for a keyword. I need to smoke with all this craziness right now. So let's see. There's got to be something here. Let me just think about what he was saying. Because if I can remember the one that blew my mind now that my brain's going a mile a minute. No, you hideous demon. Okay, well, I mean, you're specifically quoting somebody. I mean, it's left our demons. And I know all these people say that they don't think that way, but I mean, I'm gonna find something here. I am no doubt gonna find something here because I know I've already seen it. It made me think of it. I might have it saved on another device that is not around right now, but it might have been on Facebook. I don't necessarily want to switch to Facebook right here though now. The entire right has been say they're killing us, like here, like this is kind of similar. I mean, the demonic forces from the pit of hell. Like, I mean, do you mean that literally, bro? I'm literally. I mean, I guess it might be, but I just was Hitler a demon? I mean, I guess this guy would. I want this other one. So let's go back. I need to come back to this guy because he says some goofy stuff, man. But it's like, dude, I'm not. It has nothing to do with this. This is wild. What happened to Charlie Kirk, dude? It's nuts, man. Like, it is not justified force, far as I can tell. So. If anybody listens to this, dude, don't get the wrong idea, man. But it's like at the same time, you got to look at what your own state is doing. And, that's what's crazy, too, is that the whole thing about him going on Ben Shapiro, or, I mean, him speaking with Ben Shapiro and what he started, well, maybe we should start questioning the narrative. I don't know, man. I mean, that's a pretty thick conspiracy, right? Like, would they MK Ultra this kid, or did this kid not even do it, but yet, I don't know, he's somewhat playing along with it. I saw something that said he wasn't cooperating exactly, but, that's a pretty deep conspiracy. It's not impossible, I guess, but, like, well, now I'm feeling like a schmuck because I'm not finding anything. But I know I got something in here. Let's go back to this other thing because I need to rant about that too because this is breaking my heart what's going on here. Let's see. Libertarian Redhead. Both sides are not the same. I mean, don't let this muddle everything up to where you don't recognize that, why can't I blah, 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 blah. Can't type, speak, talk, whatever I'm trying to say. Like, don't get muddled up to where you ignore where they are the same. Like, you can't say they're not the same because, another random crazy so-called lefty shot somebody. Like, what does that have to do with the fact that Trump is taking government ownership and stuff in these corporations? Like, we've been arguing against subsidies. We've been arguing against and then all of a sudden instead of not subsidizing them and letting them fail, we're going to just have the state take equity for the taxpayer. Like, dude, you're a socialist, okay? And you guys, like, when I call you a fascist, when I call Maga like a fascist National Socialist movement, it's not because you're racist. It has nothing to do with that. It's purely economics, man. And how are you going to tell me you're not a state collectivist at this point, or at least accepting it in some kind of ruse that that this is somehow fighting the Marxists? Come on, man. I mean, dude, what are you saying to me? And here's another thing too, which this one might get touchy with people, with civil rights. You're a statist, dude. Civil rights. We don't care about civil rights, man. We talk about Charlie Kirk. And I never really watched anything this dude said. I never watched this dude. I didn't follow him. So it's like, but libertarians been arguing against civil rights movement because it is the state using coercion to violate people's rights, which it kind of seems like he kind of understood Charlie Kirk, that is. And now we're gonna turn this guy into civil rights leader. I'm like, what does that even mean? We don't care about civil rights, dude. Like, that's just what the government says you're allowed to do. That's not what we're talking about. That's why we're against the civil rights movement, or the Civil Rights Act anyway. Not the movement of like, well, people wanting equality, people wanting representation in the law and such. Like, those were all valid concerns. I think their solutions were wrong, just the same as a Marxist and just the same as a MAGA-crat. And so because the state coercion is not the answer, guys. That's the thing. And everybody believe in state coercion, except for, including the libertarians. But the libertarians, who this person, as far as I can tell, is not really a libertarian. This person is just somebody who calls themselves this. And it's just, now at this point, though, at least I guess guy gets assassinated, and now it's the news cycle. And yeah, it's a dangerous precedent. And but I don't really know anything this guy did or believed. I never watched him. I'm not a conservative, and I'm not I'm not a conservative, and I'm not a nationalist, and I'm not a Trump supporter. So I probably saw a couple clips of him, and it was like, he didn't really explain that too well. But he can present some facts. But yeah, not I mean, I'd have to dig through it, but I mean, it wasn't anything that we haven't been saying better for decades. You know what I mean? So, I mean, seriously, I mean, I'm not trying to knock the guy. Like, who the fuck am I, right? But I'm not trying to knock the guy. But dude, I've not heard anything come out of his mouth that was better than anything that any like hardcore libertarian has been saying for decades. And a lot of it was worse, as far as I could tell, because as far as I could tell, he supported the Trump policies, but then he starts questioning. So who knows, man? But what I do know is that they are fundamentally the same. Okay, that's the key. Especially, it's obvious at this point. How could you even deny it? We've got Donald Trump taking equity in corporations to stick it to the Marxists. The government now owns portions of companies to stick it to the Marxists. Well, yeah, the only way that that's sticking it to the Marxists is that it is basically like a soft fascism, National Socialism, right? National Socialism. It was interesting too, because now was watching Fuentes, and I'm going around on Rumble and BitChute and stuff where like the actual like neo-Nazis are and stuff, and they obviously, I figured that they wouldn't like Trump because he's friendly with Israel and all that stuff. So, and that's basically the case. But that doesn't. So it'd be easy to like somebody say like, well, how come real Nazis hate Trump? And it's like, well, that's more of a different thing. That's an ethno thing, right? Like Trump is, at least rhetorically, he's not an ethno-nationalist. He's just an economic civic nationalist. But it's economically the same, right? It's not. It doesn't play out fundamentally identical, it doesn't play out identical, but it is fundamentally the same principles. You are just a civic nationalist, and you are now. And man, you're going so far into it. Like, you could be a civic nationalist and not want the state. You could be a civic nationalist in some ways where you have some notion of civic society and we participate in governance and all these things. But at no point would that jump into state takes equity in corporations to fight the Marxists. So, but it makes sense that these people hate liberals because the liberals are the capitalists. MAGA are the socialists, man. And you guys can keep denying it all you want, but it's just this person, like her saying like this, they don't kill you because you're a Nazi, they call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Like, if you don't understand why a libertarian would call Trump and MAGA a Nazi, then you don't know what you are talking about. And that's the bottom line, dude. If you don't get the comparison, like, yeah, it's a bit loose, They're not literal Nazis, and they're not as hardcore as ethno open socialists, right? Like, but if you don't get the comparison, dude, like I said, you don't know what you're talking about. So, we all understood this, dude. The Republicans use the nationalist propaganda to try and control the market. The Democrats could use like the softer maternal Marxist propaganda. Like, where has this person been? And now we got this person who seems to be rather influential. Just, and it's not even her. I mean, let me just go look at stuff. I don't want to just be acting like I'm picking on her. I don't even barely even pay attention to Twitter, but it was just like, dude. I've been on it a little bit more lately, but it's like, I don't even know where to go now. Let's see. I don't know. Let's just go to news. I mean, I'm sure I could find something ridiculous. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do want to go back to her page real quick, though, to show something else that just shows like this crazy paranoia. Let's see if I can remember which post it was. Or you know what? If I learn how to use the internet, like I said, I don't mess with Twitter too much. Well, yeah, man. I'll just show you this one again here. So this was on the White House page, and I don't remember what I was replying to. Some kind of nonsense, probably about guns and how, oh yeah, something, Trump this. So they got a whole bunch of posts on August 11th on the White House page. And pretty much, this is guy's he's got nothing but carrying a pistol without government permission, and then everybody else on there's got pretty much they have that or carrying unlawful carrying an arm, firearm or something. It's late. I can't speak too well right now, I guess. I mean, maybe I can't speak too well ever, but it's either no gun license or drugs intent to distribute. That's it. Drugs and guns. That's it. But so I go, I screen cap this because it's like, dude, what is going on with you so-called conservatives? What? And here's this guy, and he was just the one that was so funny and obvious. But everybody that I shared this to from that movement basically said the same thing. You're defending the guy committing a crime. Like, oh, that was like the meme, because this, I guess, was when the Democrats are defending the criminals because they don't want Trump to storm in with the troops. And it's like, again, that's just the same kind of dangerous thing, the way that they think. Because now, if I don't want Trump, if I think we should not have Trump sending the federal troops in, then that would, I'm a Democrat, dude. You believe in democracy more than me. Donald Trump said he was, January 20th, his inaugural address. His election was a mandate to give the people back their democracy. I would never say anything like that. I don't want democracy. So, you guys can keep it. Don't give it back. We never wanted it. We never wanted your democracy, man. So, this is what I'm saying. The language has been destroyed. The communists have won. Or at least they're about to. And Trump is their soldier. If you don't see this, you have not studied the traditions that you claim to believe in. And that is the bottom line, dude. And that's all there is to it. Like, you could sit here and deny it all you want. It'd be so easy to demonstrate in conversation or in anything else. I just realized how much louder I got, so I don't know if I was in the distance, but, I'm just ranting here. But it's like, I think if you think about it, you realize I'm making some sense. I mean, what are we reading right here? Right? This is a Trump supporter. It was a Trump page. They were talking trash about the Dems. One of the Democrat politicians was bitching about Trump sending the troops in. Because, he wants chaos and death and destruction because he's a trans demon. So, I mean, it's just like, look at the irony of this. It's like, I'm talking to a Democrat. Donald Trump gave this motherfucker back his democracy. That is for sure, dude. You're defending the guy committing a crime, just like the meme. And you don't see anything wrong with it. Do you not comprehend? Like, yeah, dude, I'm the one who actually does comprehend what's going on here. And then, carrying a firearm without the proper permits is a crime, comrade. So, like, no, you're the one who's defending the guy committing the crime. You poor son of a bitch. Like, I mean, what, dude? The only thing this picture shows is that this guy got his gun stolen by the state agents. So, you know, so-called conservatives used to probably agree with that position, but not no more. Now Marxism is so bad that we have to violate people's rights. So, and I'm sure they're all hoping that it's not going to happen to them, because no state has the foresight to realize that, the precedent that they set. I mean, that he's creating the tools that will no doubt at some point be used. I mean, they're being used by him in the manner that his enemies wish to use them. So, why wouldn't it stop in the future? He's going to eradicate the enemies, they say. They're going to eradicate. I mean, I really need to go back through this. I just kind of got worked up on that one. But, I mean, there's so much of it out there. Some people have taken some screen caps and of things that I guess people had deleted and whatnot. Oh, here it is. There it goes right there. I mean, look at this. I mean, that is some heavy-duty stuff right there, man. Here's my comments. Did your crystal ball tell you this? Cool story, not paranoid at all. Yeah, I guess you need some secret police, right? That's the thing. It's like, where are we going with this? What are you talking about, dude? You like innocent till proven guilty? How does that exist when you think this way? Like, you're like literally, and the thing is that the conservatives, or whatever you want to call them at this point, they would make these, I'm pretty sure I've seen them make these memes where it's like the so-called lefties are like making up problems that don't exist, and blaming boogeymen about it. Like, they're making up problems for themselves and then blaming other people. And it's like, I mean, what is this? Like, you have literally just created you just fabricated like a whole enemy. And it's like, I'm sure there's some out there who, well, I mean, yeah, probably. Like, it's just, what are you thinking here? Like, in fact, it's like, look at I mean, what I'm saying is like the point of this is like, look how big the iceberg is down there compared to that. So like, what do you think is really going on? I mean, that's like some crazy McCarthy shit. But like, I don't even know, man. Like, crazier, because the crazier thing is that, motherfuckers, you guys are the communists. Like, you are enacting what you claim to oppose with his state ownership. And like I just showed you, they don't care about that. It's wartime powers, right? It's martial law or whatever I declare this, but emergency powers, man. He's got to come in and keep you safe from the bad guys with the guns, who don't have they're walking around without permits. Holy shit, dude. Like, it's just wild seeing this play out. Like, and then I'm a communist leftist if I call this dude a fascist, according to Matt Walsh. I'm definitely gonna go back through this or go back and actually compile a video. It's the same cigarette. It keeps dying out. Not that bad. But yeah, I mean, what in the fuck, dudes? Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, here's one too, which, I mean, granted, okay, I mean, this is pretty heavy shit right now, but I didn't vet this personally, but you know what? How else are you supposed to interpret that? And I don't know, I mean, it's just, it's fucked up, but it's funny. Like, that's fucked up, dude. I mean, this would not have been, if this were going on, dude, with the Democrats, these motherfuckers would be making the same goddamn shit. Even if it was just like, if it was like a genuinely nonviolent Democrat or something, just some dude who was out there like, yo, dude, we need to try to find better ways to make healthcare. And, I believe in democratic socialism, but, he's not as bad as Bernie or some shit, I mean, he believes that he thinks in peace, or he thinks that he believes in peace. He thinks, just like you guys do, bro. You guys, man, that one video that Trump put out, they were making fun of him for doing slam poetry. Not tepid legality. It's like, think of the words that he says in there, though. Maximum lethality. They don't got time for tepid legality. I mean, that's literal, like, war is peace propaganda, man. I mean, it's literally, he says, President of peace, the offensive, not the defensive War Department. Our government is now going on the offensive. It's not here to just protect us. So to go on the offensive. You have to go on the offensive to protect us from the Marxist leftist demons who want to take over the economy, apparently, and take your guns away from you. They tell you that you need permission to bear arms. I don't even know if I'll leave this up, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna like probably make that other video. But holy shit, dudes! The point of this one was it's, she's saying this is fabricated, completely made up delusion, and it's like, well, I mean, that kind of leans towards maybe it's not a delusion, man. Or you could easily just rationalize, like, well, I still think he needs the death penalty, but we got to pray for him. Like, okay, fair enough if that's what you believe. Like, fuck, dude. And then like this type of stuff, yeah, sure. Let's just go through my rants. Leftists have called Charlie Kirk far right and a fascist. What makes him far right? What does that even mean? I mean, that means nothing. The same way the fucking left means nothing, right? The same way the left means nothing, friend. Many leftists. What is that? I mean, here we go. Here's my brain firing off at this point. I can't believe I didn't see this one either. What does that even mean? I'll just say leftists. What does that even mean? I mean, state worshippers, dog. What are you gonna do? This is my Trump is a communist video. But if you can't hear it, then I'm just gonna mute it anyway. Oh man, yeah. So right, liberalism is the opposite of fascism. I mean, it's kind of loose, but no, that's technically the case, dude. Like, though fascism didn't exist when liberalism came to be, the fundamental elements are all the same. And that's why going back to the redhead libertarian, that when she wants to say both sides are not the same. Well, like I said, you just shit on the last, I don't know, 5 decades? You shit on every libertarian. So she should change her username. She just shit on the whole libertarian argument and the whole libertarian cause. We've been trying to explain the similarities, and and here's the thing: is just because Charlie Kirk was assassinated by allegedly some leftist. I mean, I'm going to say most likely, right? That makes the most sense, probably. So-called leftist, some kind of socialist, whatever, doesn't matter, honestly. But because Charlie Kirk got shot, that doesn't change the fundamental similarities between like all statists, number one, which is something a libertarian you would think would understand, at least to the point of the Democrats and the Republicans. I mean, what are and the Marxists and the Maga? Like, how are you not seeing what the fuck is going on here, dude? Like, that's what's going on right fucking there. Let's zoom that one in for you, because this is what's fucking going on. Victory, he will I know this probably whoever might be watching this, unless you're already an anarchist and you probably fucking get it. But, aside from the other shit with the guns, I mean, it's not hyperbole, dude. Like, you guys believe in state ownership now. You're correct in hating liberals because liberals support market capitalism, not state equity. So, yeah, as that comment says, you guys don't seem to believe in liberal capitalism, which, as I say, you think conservative, which he'd probably deny this because he's like, no, I don't. Liberals are socialists, liberals are demons, or whatever. So, but no, he thinks that he is a classical liberal, no doubt. I mean, what would the other option be? An open national socialist? Obviously, he doesn't like being called a Nazi or a socialist or something, or a fascist, which, you're right, they're more economic nationalists. Like I said, they're not like outright literal Nazis, but you're not far enough off to where I think that that's a bad characterization, because the Democrats are not technically fucking Marxists, Doug. Some of them are at this point now, but no. Like, the policies of Democrats are welfare capitalism. They are not fucking Marxists. I mean, Bernie's kind of close, but not really. He's still just like a corporate welfare capitalist dude. He just wants the government to be the only insurance company, which, as with all state intervention, is just tyranny. But it's no less tyranny, or no more tyranny, rather, than all of your trade controls and all of your migration regulations and all of your state equity and all of your taxation that is clearly going to continue to fund that, right? Well, he said he didn't pay for them. I'm sure they're going to end up paying somehow. I mean, regardless, we got taxation up the asshole, so whatever. Why are you taking ownership in companies? What you should have done is said, done everything you can to get that shit that Biden put in repealed, but why would you? I mean, you fucking believe in it just the same. That's the point. I mean, here's the thing. We listened to Joe Biden. This is how you know. This is how you know that the Republicans and the Democrats are the same. Libertarian Redhead friend and everybody else. Is that for almost 10 years we listened to the Democrats pretend to understand economics. Okay. About tariffs, that is. Migration regulation too, but this one's going to be predominantly about tariffs. Just before, I mean, this is the whole basis of this intel, which I called this out in 2023. I called this out because I was like, dude, this guy just posts 50% tariffs on Chinese semiconductors. We've been listening to these yahoos argue against tariffs for almost a decade, dude. Since Trump started babbling about coming into politics, the Democrats started arguing against tariffs. So that's 4. And then we got Biden in office. We're at almost a fucking decade of listening to these guys argue against tariffs. And then Biden imposed 50% tariffs in March, I think it was, March of 23. And this is the whole point of this rant. This is how you know that these guys are fundamentally the same. They are all working just for state centralization. It's because the Democrats got a wide open book right there. Why would they ever talk shit about Biden's tariffs is what I'm saying, right? Because they both fundamentally agree in this type of economic nationalism. To me, I call it National Socialism too, because it is. It's especially used as rhetoric. American workers, this. He doesn't lean into it as hard, right? They know they can't do that. Can't call himself a socialist. Everybody's definitely calling themselves a nationalist now. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of people who. I just saw a post a little earlier today where it was. Everybody should be a nationalist, but to them that means you just love your country, which is I mean, you're gonna hate me, but it's a silly idea. That's a nonsense idea. So, and we could read books, and I could give you books, and it's all on the fucking internet already. You can figure this out. It's really not that hard, dudes. It's politics like the most simple shit ever. It's literally just obey us or we fucking beat you up, shoot you, take your shit. That's all it is. It's just a gang of people telling you what to do. And they line up, they pick who it is, and then they write it down, and it's this big official pomp ceremony, and somehow it's different. It's been transformed into that group of people wants to force me to pay to build something over there, like some school that I'll never use. Why? Because you're going to benefit from all the brainiacs that going to come out of that school who believe in taxation. So you got to pay. We're all part of this collective. We're part of this nation. I mean, it's all the same propaganda, dudes. And so for this, it's mind-blowing to me to see somebody who called themselves a libertarian kind of slip into this. It just makes me think like she was either a shill. I mean, this dude, I think, is just... I mean, dude, who the fuck knows at this point? They're all fucking shills, whether they're trying to be or not. And it's, And now it's like they've gotten this... This is how fucking... I didn't see this coming. Well, I did, but I was mostly just focusing on the state sending out the troops. Trump sending out the troops, whereas... I mean, these guys have created the Stasi... what word am I looking for here? Like environs. Like they're like creating a secret police type feeling, right? Like you got to be careful what you say and shit. Like now, if you you want to criticize Trump, you're a leftist demon and shit. And it's like they're gonna they say that they're not gonna fall into that shit because they don't think that way. And it's like, well, how do these words even come out of your mouth then? Why are some of your comrades sharing pictures of Charlie was the moderate position with a Nazi and shit? Let's go see it and see if I can find one of those. I wanted to start cataloging all this, but like I said, hopefully that's not like insanely fucking irritating. Like, what's the point of that, right? See what I'm saying? What's that mean? Like, well, who are these guys? Like, neo-Nazis? Is that what you're saying? Like, I mean, this one makes a little bit more sense than the ones that are openly advocating like they're the ones. Like this. Like, are you the one? Charlie was right. He believed in... The center was already gone. The bridge was already ash. This is obviously fucking AI garbage. The other side never came to speak. They came to conquer. They mocked him. They called him names, smeared him, hunted him. Okay. He was the last man to speak of unity. Well, you know what, bro? We're not trying for fucking unity over here. We're trying to fucking secede. We're trying to separate, dog. Like, that's so funny. Oh, God, bro. And no, like, not really, to be honest. Like, I mean, maybe. Like I said, I didn't listen to much of what he said at all, but it never really appealed to me. I could not see a conservative who believed in Donald Trump telling me anything that I didn't already know. You know what I'm saying? Other than like data. Like data points, yeah, he might give some data points that I never heard of. And then, in its sense, like, intrigued me to think about some things that I hadn't thought about. But, you know, like, dude, I'm an anarchist, bro. Like, you still believe in fucking democracy. Oh, man. It was here you go. I mean, Charlie Kirk was the last compromise. And the age of hierarchy begins without apology. What in the fuck does that even mean? I mean, we're already in the age of hierarchy, dude. What the fuck are you even talking about? Oh, yeah. So this guy's a dark enlightenment fool. So, I mean, right. I mean, you're not enlightened, bro. You're a fucking Democrat under a different name. Okay? Like, I don't know, Doug. Like, you're all pissed off. And this is what's messed up. Is it's like this is what's crazy. Is like you guys are giving validity to what the fucking Democrats and shit were saying, because now they treated us like Nazis. Then they shot one of our people, and then now we're gonna act like Nazis about it. So, huh? Like, see? I mean, there you go. Like, that's you, bro. Like, that's funny. That's an angel. The angel of death, I guess. He had to change it up. You know, sometimes you got to become the angel of death. But it's like, you know, who are you talking to? Who is this addressed to? Okay? Like, this guy. Yeah, I'll be able to hear it. I mean, this person used to make decent memes, and now it's like, what are you even using these words? Yeah, Charlie wasn't a radical. He was a statist. We're the fucking radicals. What are you talking about? I we are extremists to these statists, dude. This person is allegedly a libertarian. Been around forever. Got a lot of followers. Clearly whatever. Like, okay. Center. Like, what does that even fucking mean? Like, now he's centrist and shit. Like, okay, dude. You guys are saying he's right wing. Like, what the fuck? Oh, fuck, dude. They killed the moderate. I mean, bro, he supported Donald Trump. That means he supports the tariffs. Like, see here. Okay, right here. He was the moderate. Now it's time to listen to Nick Fuentes. Right? So, I mean, let me just start snapping some of this shit while I'm doing this right now. Why not? Boom. I mean, dude, it's just, you guys, what are you fucking doing? You're falling for the shit. The conservative alternative? What do you mean? You're not the alternative. How are you an alternative now? You did, no. You're not an alternative. You're just another socialist. That's pretty much what you're fucking saying right here. Now we are going to be Nazis. Nazis are socialists. What the fuck? Oh, there's one right there. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ah! Fuck, dude. That's the one. I mean, that's the one, bro. Oh my god, these people. Holy fucking shit. So you're becoming left-wing socialists. Oh my god. Oh man. I guess it really only would make sense to a guy like who's openly they got Nazi shit on there. Most of these people would probably even think Nick Fuentes is like right wing. Um, I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna go take a screenshot of that one. Where do we go? Oh fucking shit. I mean, dude, well, you can't help but laugh, dog, but this is fucking wild, dude. Holy fuck, this shit is crazy, bro. Oh, man. I mean, what does that even mean anymore? Moderate Republican? Well, I mean, fuck it. I'm not going to get into all that nonsense with these people. Like, they don't even know what the fuck that means, to be honest. Sorry, dudes, but clearly you don't know what any of this shit means. I mean, why are so many of these people fucking idiots? I don't. I mean, how do you become a fucking Nazi? Oh, I don't want to go to a different tab. Let's see. I mean, this is Overton window shit. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is like propaganda, dude. Why are all you fucking drones repeating the same goddamn thing? Overton window shit. So now a guy, let's think about this. A guy who is technically considered right wing by most people. I mean, you can't really work in these terms because they're fucking nonsense to begin with. But so a guy who based on his support for Trump is what I'm going on because, like I said, I never listened to anything this dude said. It sounded to me like he just was repeating the standard conservative shit, and but he supported Trump. So now it's like you are basically supporting, unless he criticized specific policies, which he very well might have. I mean, it seemed like he wasn't a moron. Like, I'm not saying this dude was, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of this Overton window theory. Like, if he was on the right and now he was actually in the center, now it's like these guys are the right, you know. He was moderate by my positions. It's like, well, what are you, you're a Nazi then, dog? Like, Nazis were left wing. Well, what are you then? What are you just, because you're, like I said, dude, your buddies are sharing pictures of Nazis and shit, dude. So, their position is far right. Charlie Kirk was as moderate as it gets. No, I mean, no, dude. We are well past moderate. If you support Donald Trump, dude, what are you even talking about? This guy has taken government ownership in companies, in corporations, dude. Fuck you mean moderate Republicans? You guys have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Well, James Edwards ain't buying it, he says. He refuses to believe it that he was a moderate. I mean, yeah. I mean, he might have not been openly advocating genocide and shit like this, or, I don't know, maybe he fucking was, but, a lot of people assume, basically saying he was shilling for genocide that Israel is committing, they're saying. So, successful promulgating the truth if they kill him for his strong but fairly moderate positions. Like, I mean, look at this, dude. Oh, here's one. Here's one for my Trump fucking video I'm gonna put out there. I mean, this shit's fucking insane, dude. That, they're becoming fucking Nazis. Or they are, I mean, obviously the Nazis are coming out. Or at least these people think they're fucking Nazis. Like, I mean, dude, you go, like I said, you go on BitChute, you go on fucking Rumble and shit. There's like actual neo-Nazis on there. I don't know, obviously some of these people might be some of those people even, but it's like, I don't know, dude. You want to be a separatist, that's one thing. You want to, commit genocide, that's a whole nother fucking thing. So technically right, but I mean, shit. Most of them dudes might not even want to commit genocide. They just might want to be separatists. But this is how they get you though, dude. Is because they're correct in the sense that the Marxist socialists want to force their views on people, but so do the National Socialists, obviously, as do all socialists, as do all statists. So, yeah, all fundamentally the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Where are we going? I mean, it's funny because, like, these guys are like, we're not Nazis, we're not Nazis. And then, it looks like it's time to become Nazis. I'm like, well, I don't think that's how that works, but Hang on, let me go to this guy. I just found some. Let's go see what these guys are about. What? Where do we go? Where do we go? The Patriot Front. Okay, well, so let's go see here. Let's go look at our friend Walter Court, whoever the fuck that is. Walter Court, he's got an interesting video. Apparently there's some guys, they're walking around with National Patriot Front, marching through Huntington Beach, chanting fight back, say his name Charlie Kirk. One of the guys was wearing a National Socialism on his shirt, it said. But this guy Walter is saying that they're federales, which, yeah, sure, why not? But what's funny is it's like, well, who controls the feds, dude? Who controls the feds? He says nobody in Maga supports this. Oh, man. Oh, my God. These people, do they think? I'm going to add my little fucking Second Amendment violation here. Violation of people's fucking rights. Like, I don't get it. He's like, nobody in MAGA supports this. The feds sent him. What's like, who the fuck sent the feds there, Doug? That's the question. Like, now your dude's like not even fucking. He doesn't know what's going on under his own watch and shit. Oh my fucking God. Let's see, where the hell did he go? Oh, it's Walter Kurt. What does this guy do? State Director of Ohio, the Conservative Caucus, investigative journalist. Oh, jeez, this guy's probably a fucking fed himself. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be interacting with this fucking Yahoo. I don't know. But yeah, here's these guys. Patriot Front. You want to go and see... So there's a little bit of Nazis there, I guess, you know, I guess. I don't know what like, some of the other Nazi groups would think of them.
As the white population continues to be replaced with a population of non-white, non-Nazi populations who hate us, it becomes more and more dangerous for us here every day. Every time you go somewhere as a family unit, with your wife and your children, you're surrounded by people that look nothing like you and have disdain for you.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So, not a single person in MAGA. Well, you know, Charlie Kirk was the moderator position, bro, so... Let's see. What's this guy talking about? I've noticed that the conservatives telling us to unite with the left and play nice aren't on the hit list. It's pretty easy and cheap to play the reasonable one when they don't want to kill you. Well, okay, so this guy's been swatted. Well, that makes more sense. He's not interested in unity, like I said just a few minutes ago. Like, I'm not trying for unity. We're trying to separate here, man. We need to decentralize, right? That's what it is. You know, people think. I don't know what people think at this point. Obviously, man, they ain't doing much thinking, as far as I could tell. Martyr for his faith, not his politics. I mean, probably not. Oh, well, I see, and that's because his faith defined his politics. I mean, no, okay, government's a religious cult. You're all actually, your politics is your religion. Your deity is called government. So, there's that. Um, yeah, I mean, geez. Been ranting for a while. Maybe I'll call this one, but I definitely am I gotta start scouring through all this, because, I mean, the more copies of this we got out there, and the more we just pay attention to this type of stuff, man. Because, I mean, these people in this fucking so-called libertarian movement too, like, I mean, they've always left a lot to be fucking desired, all the libertarians and shit. And like that, there was that Julie Borowski or whatever. It was like, dude, you people don't know what the fuck you're talking about, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people are all they don't fucking, they just don't know what the fuck is going on, dude. Yeah, there's been a sea change, I'd say so. I mean, I guess it's kind of just been like this big ass wave we've been seeing coming at us, really. It's more what it is. Big red wave of capitalists who want the government to take equity in corporations, I guess. What the fuck is this, dude? I mean, whatever, dude. Like, right now, I can't even get into it. I don't want to bash anybody for their, but I'll bash them for their nonsense collectivist groupthink. But yeah, I mean, it sucks that that dude got iced, dude. That's fucked up, man. This too. I mean, shit's getting fucking crazy out there. Which everybody knows what they're saying. Charlie was the moderate position. Well, state coercion is not the answer. It's actually the problem that got us into this situation. And what's ironic, so I don't know if it was ironic because I don't listen to these guys, but like I said, Nick Fuentes was like, don't take up arms against these people. It's just going to bring more violence. So it's like, what's funny is you got these knuckleheads talking about, that was the moderate position. So we're going to become left-wing Nazis. Man. I shouldn't be talking so much shit, dude. I used to be a Marxist, but that was fucking 20 years ago or more. Or fucking long it was. Yeah, about 15 years ago. But I mean, fuck, dude. Where do you turn when everybody is thinking like this? And now we've got the Libertarian Redhead basically throwing in with Matt Walsh and these fools who think like that, with, or at least dangerously close to it. Like, both sides are not the same. I mean, I ain't not seen one hardcore libertarian who knows what they're talking about, and I ain't seen one anarchist, say anything like that. Obviously, we're like fucking shocked over this to an extent, but and what do you mean? Yeah, they are the fucking same. We've been saying that for fucking 20 years. That's the problem, is you ain't got nowhere to go. Because they're all collectivists. They're all authoritarians. Donald Trump is no fucking different. If you can't see that, then you have not studied any of the shit that you claim to believe in, like I said at the beginning of this rant. So, call me a fucking leftist. Dude, I believe in capitalism more than you. Like, I believe in free markets, dude. I believe in 100% free market. I don't even think there should be a government. And then that suddenly turns me into a leftist, communist, anarchist. It's like, I'm not a communist, dude. You are more of a communist than I am, Mr. Maga friend. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's true. Probably. But, yeah, that's dangerous fucking nonsense rhetoric. People are supposed to be the government, the law. Well, there it is. I mean, there's one for you right there. Like, what does that mean? Huh? That's a little dark. We have to do our best not to become like them. I'm generally struggling with this point in myself right now. I don't want to be like them. Man, dude. And again, like when I say that, I'm playing in the rhetoric with this. It's, obviously, well, no, I mean it's the truth though. They all statists think that way, but you know, like not all statists are just like total brain dead numbnuts. That's not how it works, man. Highly intelligent people get caught up in this belief system just the same. So, I mean, everybody's caught up in this belief system except for anarchists, and we were in there, but we managed to escape this mental slavery that, this is how you think to the left. Who the fuck even is that, dude? Now, if I don't support Donald Trump and I call Donald Trump a Nazi, now I'm the left. But I believe in market capitalism, right? So don't call him a Nazi. Well, I mean, fuck, dude, it's not really entirely inaccurate. I do try to stick more like National Socialist, but they, because they don't use the rhetoric and they, like they're a little bit less totalitarian, but again, like as a matter of perspective, like look at the Soviet Union versus the Soviet Union versus the fascists versus the National Socialists, right? Like communist Marxists are like the worst totalitarians because they don't even let you pretend to own anything. Fascists a little bit worse, or I mean, a bit less. I mean, basically, kind of the same, just a little bit different rhetoric. Pretty much everything's cartelized under the state, right? So okay, and then the National Socialists. I mean, they nationalized some things, but they had like a more. It was just more state strong arming, like the golden share in U.S. Steel and 10% equity. And what the Nazis did was they appointed so-called trustees to the boards of all the companies. And it's like obviously what you better fucking do what the trustee thinks is the trustee's got his eye on you, and all this and the government trustee on the board of fucking directors and shit. So it was more like it wasn't exactly subtle. But it was just more like strong arming of the economy rather than outright nationalization entirely. And that's more like how the United States government works, right? It's not totalitarian Marxism. It's not like outright National Socialism. It's like this kind of like strange blend of the two mixed with like two allegedly separate parties that are. I mean, this is, like I say, Democrats and Republicans it's basically one ruling party that are separated by rhetoric for propaganda purposes only. That's how the guy who showed me and questioned my belief in authority got me to exit. His name, he wrote a book under the name Jackney Sneeb, which you can still find out there. It's called No Government by No Government. But with there's a quiz he made up. It's unscientific, but it's a pretty good quiz that helped me. And I only scored a 4, which he said was actually really low. Most people get way high. But so and eventually it was pretty easy to become an anarchist. But I have that text on my blog. I've had it up there for a decade at this point, probably something like that. Maybe not. That post, no. The blog itself is like 12 years old or so, but that post might not be that old. Maybe 7 years or some shit like that. But anyway, I have the text of his, because it used to be on his website, and I saved that for many years, even after the website went down. So, but yeah, that's on the Impeach the State blog. But all the text is there, and part of that is right. Like, They're not really separate, man. It's just propaganda. They both believe in state domination. They both believe in state, manipulation of the economy. How could you deny that at this point? How could you deny that Donald Trump believes in state manipulation of the economy? It's his entire campaign, right? Trade controls, state equity. It's his whole strongman shtick. That's the nationalist rhetoric. And everybody's falling for it again. So it's getting bad. All right, I'm going to end this rant. But I'm probably definitely going to uh, compile a video of some of this stuff and just kind of analyze it again and just compare it and contrast because, right, like this poor guy said, I don't want to be like them. And it's like, well, you're caught up in this, you're caught up in authority is what it is. Well, I'm going to take that guy's advice and let's see, what's his name? I'm going to go post my. Daryl Revolk. Marxism needs to be ridiculed. I agree. I agree, Mr. Revolk. What's this fool? 77. What's this picture? I don't know that picture. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's Charlie Kirk and that chick. She's fucking, I mean, it's like, dude, this shit is going crazy. Oh man, fuck, dude. Like I don't. Yeah, I'll probably make this last post and then call it a fucking night. Cause it's exhausting reading all this fucking insanity, dude. And it's also just late as fuck, and I've been ranting and shit for a minute. But I don't know. Maybe I'll. The shit is getting crazy. Why can't I find this fucking post on this dude's goddamn page here? I mean, that's funny. I didn't realize that this dude posted a fucking Tolstoy quote. It's like, I don't think you. Where's he at? It's like, I don't think you get what Tolstoy was all about, my guy. Turning his other stupid cheek. That doesn't work anymore. Oh, dude, there we go. There you go, right there, bro. Let's get with it. Yeah, boy. I mean, what the fuck, dudes? You guys gotta fucking. I mean, sorry. These motherfuckers like, you're despicable. You're cheering on it. What's like? I mean, dude, what do you mean? I'm cheering you on. That's what you want to say. I'm gonna laugh at it. Like, I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and you're kind of insane for sure. But I mean, I don't think this is the thing. Is the problem is believing government is they don't know what they're saying, man. Like, they really don't. It's easy for both. It's easy for either one of these so-called sides to think that the other one is like evil. Like they know because, like, the Republicans can see where the Democrats go astray and want to dominate and want to take away freedoms, and then, like, I guess, advocate lifestyles that the Republicans disagree with and can't seem to let go of. Which at the same time, right? I mean, it's definitely increasing in the population to where people see things more, and trans people are more represented, and it's like, we'll deal with it, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. There's valid arguments, I think, about children and stuff, but as far as the adults and things go, that's their body, that's their life, dude. You ain't got shit to say about it. And if it bothers you, then turn your eyes away. And if it's a business, it has the right to make trans bathrooms if it wants, dude. And you have the right to not shop at that store or not go in that bathroom. I went way too far. I'm just kind of ranting again. I guess that's all I've been doing. But where is this one? I can't seem to find. Huh. Well, right on. I mean, I don't know what he means by kids and shit. I don't know what's going on in this fucking group. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the secret police type shit, dog. I mean, I don't know. You can inspect this shit, and maybe that is some fucking creepy shit. To them, it's automatically creepy, but I don't fucking know anything about this scene. So, what do you mean by kids and shit? That guy does not look that fucking old, bro. Not at all. So, what do you mean by kids? But I don't know, whatever. Not very much, like, what private group? What private group? That's the question. Like, maybe he shared that, I don't know. I mean, whatever, dude. This is just some society that they're fucking into. Who gives a shit? Why don't you mind your own fucking business? I mean, that's not a kid. Is this there's another person in that group, but that's a kid and shit? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, those people are not children. Those are not kids, dog. Like, where are the kids? You said there's a group full of kids and shit. I don't know, this dude must have been talking shit or something, so they're all targeting him. Gay nerd, gamer, graphic designer. I mean, what in the fuck? A possible communist, domestic terrorist, or foreign fungent ape? Oh my god, dude. Like, what in the flying fuck, bro? This dude thinks the commies are in the furry groups. I mean, maybe, Dad. But where the commies are definitely at is in the motherfucking White House right now. So, maybe you should crack open an economics book. Instead of fucking prowling furry goddamn groups. Looking for fucking pedo commies, demons. I mean, if you want to hunt pedophiles, seek them out, whatever you're gonna do. Turn them in, do what you gotta do. But okay. But it'd be good also if you fucking weren't communists who didn't understand that you were communists. But what in the fuck? I want to go. I got to find this post. All right, I guess I'm fucking ending it because this shit's getting crazy, and it's like I've said that fucking probably like 3 times now.